Okay, I wanted to put something out about meditation. So basically, I know a lot of people are like, meditate. How do I meditate? Like, what is meditation? And there's different ways of meditating, and it's a reasonable question, right? So formally, or I'm saying in a formal way of meditating, is to sit and contemplate over something. That is the way to meditate. Now, you're sitting when clearing your chakras and doing breathing work, you are meditating as well. You are focusing your mind on certain areas in your body and breathing in, trying to stir up energy in your body, which you can. If you focus on your pinky, all right, if you're not looking, right, if you're not paying attention, can you feel your pinky? No, not really, because it's not hurting and there's no way of really, like, you don't really feel it because it doesn't bother you. But if you focus your mind on your pinky, all of a sudden you feel your pinky. You can feel the ridges in the back of your knuckle and everything. You start feeling all of that stuff, right? So that's your awareness. So when you start to take your awareness and move it within your body and breathe, you start following your breath. And then from following your breath, you look to open up areas. Once you start working on all your chakras, when you're doing these things, you'll start hearing a crackling noise. I know I do. All the time I hear crackling all the time. And it's when you get into an area that needs to be worked through. So, like, let's say, even in a situation, let's say, that's one way of working your energy and working it in a microcosmic orbit. The guy who does sexual kung fu talks about that, and it's really good. That's legit. All right. Now there's another there's other ways of doing it as well. When you're meditating and thinking about something in your everyday. Let's say, oh man, that guy cut me off. All right. Without actually going crazy, what do? You recognize what happened, right? You understand, you reason on why they cut you off. There's a lot of different reasons why a person would do that, and regardless, are you going to let that get you upset? If it does get you upset, ask yourself why. Start feeling all the emotions and fluctuations, right? And you start breathing, literally start breathing into those things and applying the emotion of love. The same way you would move energy, but what I do is when I'm moving, which first you got to get used to moving energy first. Then after you get used to it, you can feel the emotion. It doesn't have to be first. If you know how to cause yourself to feel love by focusing on a particular thing. It could be an animal, a person who you really love. If you can feel that love, once you do, you feel it in your heart. When you start to feel it, then when you feel it, breathe into those areas and you feel the love go there. And when it goes there, it'll kind of push on everything. And then you can speak with your mind and reason, why am I feeling these ways? I'm feeling this way because what am I lacking? So I use the Bible as my way of doing things. And what am I lacking? Is it humility? Or is it a certain of self-control? Is it that I could be more understanding. Maybe I should need more discernment. Maybe I need more faith. Maybe I'm concerned. Maybe I'm feeling threatened because this person passed me, and you know, I'm in a car. I could pass him. He shouldn't be able to pass me. Or this is my part of the lane. Like, think of all that selfishness and try to think of what is the healing in the Bible for the selfishness. So it's like the healing would be, like I said, being forgiving. You need to forgive yourself, forgive the other person. You need to be understanding. You need to have more faith and confidence within yourself. Do you have to raise somebody to prove yourself to yourself? You know, you should know who you are. So these different things, you build yourself up and you start applying this love into the area and pray. Ask for God to apply faith and the things that you know you need in those areas. All of a sudden you start feeling the energy moving through it. And when you move through it, you become more powerful. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the way to go. I'm not trying to emphasize on it too much in a bad way, in a good way. All right? In the way that's the key. And it's so much of the key that it's actually what God asks you to do, and you being a doer and not a hearer of the word. By applying these things to yourself and making sure that next time I don't do that. And through this, I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it, but it's the truth. I believe through doing this and inculcating, by doing this often, you will then make yourself perfect. That's what all need to know. And yes, you will gain abilities by doing these things. It creates the connection. It clears you out and no longer stagnates you, and gives you a stronger mind. So even when the thoughts come in your mind, you could block it in your brain and already know that's not what you want. Boom. You already know what to say. You already know what you need. Have faith. Have faith. Have self-confidence. Have whatever it may be. Joy, love, long suffering. What is it? All these different things that are in Galatians. You use those things and you apply them in your brain. And I'm telling you, when you pray for it that way, you'll hear the crackling, and it opens up the entire area in a good way, to where you are occupying your mind and it's not stagnating. It's not giving you a headache. You don't have a headache. You don't have fogginess. It gives you a very clear and strong mind. So strong that you can move stuff, with your own mind. Now that's for real. All right, hold it down.